Hello and welcome back to another episode of Sexology Podcast. I've seen so many couples that when their partner are not interested about kind of like having sex with them or not interested in sex, period, they
Mm.
personalize it. They feel rejected. It becomes very painful, and they don't even want to kind of consider other form of intimacy because they feel like you don't want me. Why would I want to open myself emotionally to you? Because there is an element of trust with kind of with and also sorts of intimacy. So tell us, for couples that they are disconnected sexually and physically, they haven't been having those connecting experiences in last, I would say, like couple years. What are some of the places they can start rekindling that physical intimacy?
Well, I think one of the oldest practices of rekindling, and one that I still use with my cancer patients and some of my patients who have chronic illness, is the sensate focus. And that's strictly when, you take it very slow. One session, I mean, you do this on your own, the couple is instructed, but you can lie on the bed together and just have, be loosely clothed if that feels good, and allow each other to touch. You just touch your partner, you find out what feels good. You're asking for a lot of feedback, you're initiating, both of you are initiating, you take turns. And then the next time you have sex, and you move very slowly, you do that first step for like 2 weeks. Then the next 2 weeks, you may take off your top or your bottom, whatever, you have felt, maybe awkward about in the past. And once again, you begin touching each other. And once again, you're asking for feedback from your partner. And during this time, it's very intimate. There's not distractions. You're in a, low lit bedroom, perhaps, and good music, soft, soothing sounds. You can be drinking a refreshment if that makes you feel better. You can even take like a bubble bath or something like that. I'm Italian, and the Italians always make fun of the Americans because they say those Americans, they think sex is all, they use a dirty word, but basically they're saying they think sex is penetration, but sex is the way you eat together. It's the way you dress, dancing without clothes on in the evening with no other sex or penetration. To an Italian, what they're saying, that's sexual. That's intimate. That's being bare against your partner. And I love that. I mean, I think that's romantic and lovely. But for some people, they're in such a hurry to penetrate, to like claim this person, that it's very important couples go slow with this and they talk about it, because sex is very powerful. It has the power to build up or to destroy. And it's up to the couple in how that's going to affect their relationship.
Marijo, you brought up so many great points. One thing that was very important that about kind of like building anticipation and excitement. And I know one of the challenges that many couples have is they want to rush to intercourse for a number of different reasons. Maybe you have limited time. Maybe you're scared of losing an erection or kind of like any kind of arousal. So all sorts of challenges, but the issue is that you are robbing yourself and your partner most of the time of this very exciting experience if you're not investing in building up and that connection and that sensual element of it. And I think that going back to sensate focus, one of the things I love about it is people can go as slow as they want.
Yeah.
And what I learned at times is for some couples, they haven't connected for years. Even phase one of it, laying in bed, feels very uncomfortable. So I learned that sometimes you have to start from kind of like holding your hand, a partner's hand during a movie, like side by side. Maybe you are at that place, but it's just a matter of kind of starting versus kind of like trying to looking for a quick fix.
That's right. And I think, Nas, that what I've seen a lot is it's a season. People don't want to feel awkward about sex. But if you think about the whole season of your life, there's nothing wrong with being awkward. Being awkward is your body's way of saying, I feel out of touch. I feel like I'm inadequate or maybe a failure. And I've seen where couples are talking about what awkward feels like to them, and they actually start validating each other and coming together and connecting, because usually if one person feels awkward, the other one does too. I mean, this rarely happens in a vacuum when you're with another person.
Absolutely. And kind of like thinking about what are some of the places as our strength that you can build on that or used to be our strength. I think it's really important to focus on because all of these different intimacy types, there are like it, I would imagine it's normal for couples to be stronger in one area than the other. And
Yeah.
it's important to kind of continue invest on the areas that's stronger for you and have those connecting moments. So it gives you more money in a relationship bank to kind of work through some of the places that's started to becoming problematic.
Yes, I think so too. And like with if you want to build any area of intimacy, the first thing is to talk to your partner and kind of help them identify, where you feel like your relationship is weak. Is it weak on new experiences? Is it weak on the intellectual form? Is it weak on the spiritual form, on the emotional form? And I'm not trying to sell it, but I do have a homework assignment on my YouTube. It's $1.99. And basically you can download it and it has all these questions. You just download one and then you can share it. You could print it and share it with your partner and see where your partner feels the relationship is not as strong as it could be. And then from there, there's actually examples of, to get new experiences. Let's try a new coffee shop. Let's try a new thing to do instead of going to dinner and a movie on a Friday night. And let's take turns initiating that, where we're going to go.